Well, after a peaceful night's sleep in the RV, I decide to leave young Peter to get her beauty sleep and head out on the bay for a spot of fishing.
This is Mr. Greg Cooks, and he's the owner of the MV Fighting Whiting. It's a 10-metre steel, lovely little boat.
Flat bottom
boat.
Yes, exactly.
And very safe, very stable on the beautiful calm waters of Hervey Bay.
Whether you've fished before or not, it doesn't matter, as the crew will show you the ropes in no time. Catering for all levels of experience, from amateur like me to the professionals. The experienced and friendly team can assist and instruct you on the best ways to secure the catch of the day.
Greg, tell me, how does one become an owner of a fishing boat like this?
I was building houses up in Bundaberg and travelling home through to the Gold Coast and called into Hervey Bay there for a while and just fell in love with the place. The waters are always calm like this, or 99% of the year they are, and it's just a beautiful calm bay. Protected from the southeasterlies,
right?
And that's by the very famous Fraser Island, which is the largest sand island in the world, of course.
If the whiting aren't abiding, then fear not, as there's plenty more fish in the bay.
We get a lot of mackerel, and we get GTs and big cod, as you probably saw before. A big cod came on board.
I was going to say there's all sorts. I actually read somewhere that you've had an incredible record here one day. Or was it one day, I think, on one trip?
One day, our record so far is 21 different species in one day.
21 in one day.
There's a lot of different fish in Hervey Bay, and don't ask me to name them. but
just a few.
Just a few, okay. Estuary cod, sweetlip, grassy sweetlip, mackerel. We get a lot of pike on board as well.
Right.
Flounder, flathead.
These are all edible?
Coral trout, all edible.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Aboard the Fighting Whiting, you'll also find keen fishermen and women from all over the world.
You tend to get a lot of visitors from overseas.
For sure. Hervey Bay is very famous for whale watching, of course. Once again, those calm waters of Hervey Bay, and the whales make their way up the coast. They loop around the top of Fraser Island, they have a rest in our bay. And so that's where they play and they frolic and they carry on. And
not just the whales.
We didn't
I
catch
did notice
any
a couple of dolphins out there before too.
We get dolphins, we get a lot of sea turtles, we get a lot of dugongs, and they're always curious. They just come up past the boat, watch everybody fishing, and fortunately they don't go for the bait. So.
I've had 2 strong bites here.
If you're not having much luck like me, then you can help yourself to a coffee and a sandwich to get your fighting spirit back in check. And if you're one who still likes to keep an eye on the land, you'll be delighted to know that you're never too deep whilst aboard with Greg and the crew.
We don't need to go far offshore, so again, reef fishing in calm waters, it suits mum and dad and the 2 kids. We have a pensioner discount. A lot of seniors like to get on board, again, because of the calm waters.
Right.
And good for the kids.
That's fantastic, mate. And you might even meet a backpacker or 2 at the same time.
We've got a few backpackers on board. They love it. In fact,
They've
today...
been doing very well today, haven't they?
We've got about 8 or 9 backpackers on board today, most of whom have never fished before, and I think there's 1 or 2 haven't caught a fish so far.
There you go.
But they're not allowed to leave.
The young lady from Switzerland was doing very well.
She's never been fishing before. She's caught 2 so far.
Oh,
so
there you go. If you're ever going to
happy.
catch anything, it'd be on the MV Whiting, mate.
Naturally, on any fishing vessel, you've got to have a skipper. And Bill's our guy who has vast knowledge of the area.
Now, from what I understand, you've been doing this a little while.
Yeah, I've been working on and off this vessel for probably about 15 years now.
15
years?
Yeah. Wow. You know every nook and cranny in this harbour.
Yeah, know quite a good few fishing spots around, that's for sure. Yep.
So the actual Hervey Bay itself, and in this particular area where all this fishing is done here, there's different reefs, am I to understand?
Yeah, that's right. Okay. We've got probably half a dozen inshore reefs here, and that's the area we mainly fish in. We have a couple of other spots where we go for mackerel and shark and things like that in the seasons that they're running along.
Right.
And other charter vessels do go out up north for the bigger gutters.
Fairway.
Yeah, but it takes them a lot longer. So this is a really good, close by family fishing boat. You can get out, bring the kids, have a really good day, catch some fish, soak up the sunshine, and you get to meet that many different people as well. That's another
Well, you
good
do.
thing
We've met some interesting people from all around.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So what are the actual rules and regulations of what goes back, what doesn't?
There's no more trawler fishing in this area of the bay.
Right.
They've got to go a lot wider as well.
Right.
The fish that we get here are a nice eating fish with the sweet lip and estuary cod that we catch. Again, we have limitations on what we can keep. and we have to return them back into the water in the same condition that we retrieved them from.
And is that a fact? I mean, you take a fish out and it's got a hook through it. I mean,
Yeah.
how is it the same condition?
Not really, but it should be alive and kicking.
Okay, that's the rule.
And pardon me, we don't. We've got a very good reputation on this vessel, and as you can see on the plaques on the wharf from the Fisheries Department, they're happy with our take and how we work in with the Fisheries Department,
Okay.
and about fish sizes and habitats and how they're
So there's
surviving.
specific sizes?
Yeah.
They don't measure up to that?
Yep.
Back in
Back
again,
in, yeah.
live and kicking.
Yeah, and even if they're 1 mil under, they've got to go back.
They go back.
Yeah.
Well, I must admit, it's a challenge. We've had a terrific time here. You want to make a point of it, visiting the MV motor vessel Fighting Whiting. It's easy to find. Go to Torquay Beach is where you get on board the Fighting Whiting. You walk up through the sand, through the water, and very shallow, and you're on deck. It's easy to do. And as you can see, my bait's still there. But you never know, right, Greg?
Right. You're not allowed to leave until you catch a fish.
Oh my God. Thanks to Greg Cooks and his very friendly crew. They really look after you here on the MV Fighting Whiting in gorgeous Hervey Bay.
Righto, drop her in.
Back on the road now, Peter and I continue on the Bruce Highway, another 30 or so kilometres to our final destination for this episode, the stunning Hervey Bay. We decided to park up the RV and kick back for the afternoon at the Happy Wanderer Village. One call books any type of accommodation or site you can dream of, with contemporary upmarket villas, 2-bedroom budget cabins, and a large selection of tourist ensuite sites. There's also the option of family units, studio units, cabins, powered sites, and camping, depending on what you want. We opt for a powered site with an ensuite. The park is situated on a quiet street, an easy 300-metre stroll from the Esplanade. It's away from the bustle, yet easy to find, direct off Boat Harbour Drive, the road that leads into Hervey Bay. There's everything that you need: a beautiful saltwater pool, huge laundrette, TV and internet access, as well as barbecue and camp kitchen facilities. There's also a shop on site at reception, so you can stock up on nibblies for the arvo. For details on the Happy Wanderer Village or any of the caravan parks featured on the show, go to our website at 31digital.com.au/caravan and camping.
In a country of extremes like Australia, it's little wonder that people are listening and heeding the call of Australia's beaches, mountains and camper parks. With a compact little camper trailer like this, you can pretty much go anywhere at any time on road. Today we're going to talk to Shane from Brisbane Camperland, and he's going to show us just how easy it is to put this up. Hi Shane.
G'day, how are you?
Great, thanks for having me. Now I want to know the truth. How easy is it?
Piece of cake.
One person operation?
Even you.
Even me. That says it all. Okay, so this is the on-road camper trailer?
Yes.
Okay, so no getting out in the Caravan Gorge.
No, not really. They're primarily designed for your caravan parks,
Yep.
Bitumen roads.
Okay, so how many steps are involved?
It's probably only about 4 in total, really, but they're very easy. We just have to undo our roof clips to start with. Wind the camper up. So then we just pull the beds out all the way until they stop.
So it extends.
Then we go inside and put a couple of poles in to support the bed ends, drop the door, and that's about it.
Home sweet home. Okay, we're inside. We have 2 steps left.
That's right.
Fixing up this sleeping area and the privacy. So what I love about these units that pop up is these nifty little things. Here's your door on the roof. So Shane, that took us about 7 minutes.
Yeah, 7 minutes when we're tutoring, about 5 minutes if you're doing it and you're experienced, and if there's 2 of you, probably as little as 3 or 4.
So you can literally drive up, drop it, pop it. and be ready.
Yeah,
Cracking the beer.
that's right.
Kids are down the beach. Oh, that's fantastic. Fantastic.
After the break, I take to the skies and explore Fraser Island by air.
New product release was brought to you by Brisbane Camperland.